this is Nilu. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I share tutorials and tips for web developers. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced coder, there is something here for everyone to learn. Let's code, learn, and grow together. Today I'm going to implement a website, a beginner website from Front End Mentor website. This website is the things that we are going to implement. In the front-end mentor, you can find the images and everything that is needed. I just download the package and I can use the images right here. So let's start. I implemented an index.html file and a style CSS, and I'm going to write this as a first website, for example. Okay, and okay, this is the first website, and I'm going to add the images, the logos, and the user image in here. So these are the images. Okay, let's start. For starting, I'm going to add a HTML file first, and then we are going to add CSS and everything. So you can see that we have a navbar in here. So I'm going to have a nav. The class is nav, and it has a list. So I'm going to have a UL and the LI for about, LI for services. Also, I'm not going to go into the details and add everything. I just want to make you to start your first project, because it is very important to have your project in your portfolio for finding a job in the companies. So the best things is to go to Front-End Mentor and just choose one of the packages and start your first project. Okay, after that I have these little things as a header of the website. So it's going to be h1, and it says the class is website header, and it is we are creatives. We are creatives. Okay, and after that I have this little arrow in here, so I'm going to add a div in here. The class is arrow, for example, and it's an image that it is provided by the website, so it is in my logos, and its name is icon arrow down. So it's going to be something in here. Yeah, it's not, you can see these little things. Okay, and after that, what do we have? We have our header, which is this image. So I'm going to have my header section, call it section, and the class is header, and I have my image. I have a div as a container of the image, and the class is header image. And I have to make another video related to BEM. how to naming the class. Okay, image, and the image is src in my images, and its name is image header. Okay, now what else do we have? We have our main section. I call this part main section. So in the main section, the class is main, and I have my div. For each row I have a row, for example, and in each row, the first row is these little things which I'm going to add the names, the h1 tag and the p tag for this, and also I have another thing which is an image of this egg. So is image src images, and the image transform is the name. Okay, I have another row, this second row, which the image is the first part, and the image is stand out. The name of the image is stand out image, and I have my writings, sorry, here. So we have these things in here, these things in here, and after that I have another row which contains of these two images. So I'm going to copy and paste this row in here. So right here I have my section main, section header, section the nav part, and these things. Okay, and another thing is the client part. What's the client part? This is the client part. So I'm going to have another section. Its name is going to be clients, and I have a div. The class is card, for example, and it has an image of this user, the description, the name, and the carrier of that person. So I'm going to have image, so it's going to be image, and in here, for example, I have my user image in here. First one is Emily, and I have another div, and this is going to be description, for example, and I'm going to copy and paste the description in here, and I have my another div for the name. The class is name, for example. I have span in here, a span in here. First one is Emily R dot, and the carrier is marketing director. Okay, we have this thing set up, and we have several other cards which I'm going to just copy and paste because it's just repeating the same things. This is the first card that we have, and these are two other cards. This card is for Jenny. This card is for Thomas. Okay, so we set everything here. This is the pupil, and the next part is this part, which I'm going to call it images. Maybe gallery is better, but I'm going to just write it as images section. The class is images, and in here I have 4 images which I'm going to copy and paste. And after that we have our last section, which is a footer section. So in this footer section I am going to have a class which is footer, and I have these things which I'm going to just copy and paste. This is just some items and some logos. Okay, we have everything set down. We can see the logos in here. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the CSS part. So for having the CSS, I'm going to add the link to the CSS. So it is link href that styles CSS rel is a style sheet. Okay, I go to CSS1 and I'm going to add the style. Up to now the website is something like this, which is a mess. We are going to add the CSS. For this purpose I'm going to add this style to all the elements. Box sizing is border box, margin is 0. Okay, for the body part I'm going to add the flex because it's a flex, you know, it's a column flex. So I'm going to have display flex. Also I have some tutorial related to flex which I'm going to add the video in here. If you like it, you can watch that one. Flex direction is column. Why I cannot see this? Style sheet is not correct. Okay, now you can see that something is changed in here. You can now see that it is now changing. And also I have my height as 100 view height, and for the nav I'm going to style the nav. Okay, the nav is going to be above this part, so I think I can have the nav as a absolute position. So I'm going to have header as position relative, and I have my nav as position absolute. So you can see that the nav is now there. So I'm going to add let me see, this part is not, this is the arrow part. Okay, I have my position as absolute and maybe top to 20 pixel and right to 40 pixel and Z index to be 1. What's the Z index? The Z index makes this layer top of the another one. Color is white. Okay. Let me just add the arrow and the website header before that, so it can not be very visible. So we have a website header, and in the website header is this little context in here, so it is also position absolute. I have already implemented a video related to position, so I'm going to add the link in here. Z index is 2, top is 8%, for example, and I have my font size white and just copy and paste all the style. Okay, now we have something in here, and also the final one is the arrow. Arrow is also the position is absolute, and it's change related to that to this header. Okay, now we have header relative and these are absolute. So I'm back to nav. Okay, in the nav I have a UL and I need to have this as display flex, so it's going to be raw. And for this nav sorry, for this nav I have UL and I had li, all the li in this form. I'm going to have list style type to be none, so I'm going to delete these little buttons. Sorry, I have to drink some water. Okay, sorry about that. And also I need margin top and bottom 10 pixel for the right and left, and I need the padding 5 pixel maybe. Okay, and also I'm not just making this a website, add the JavaScript to this website. I just need to just implement the HTML and CSS. So by having each of these items to be active, I need to be something like this, but I'm just taking the last child of the list and add the style to that. So as you can see that how the style is going to be for the UL. For the last child, it's a pseudo class. I already implemented some a video about it, so I'm going to add the video in here. Background color to be white. You can see that it's not white. The color is black. Padding is 5. We already had padding, not needed. Border radius is 40 pixels, for example. Now you can see that it is something like this. Okay, and what else? We have a header, but this header is very, the height is so much, so I'm going to add the height of 60%, for example, and it doesn't change. Okay, maybe it's not needed also, so I'm going to comment this one. And I have my header image, so I'm going to add header. Where was this header image? Header image is header. I have header image as a div in here, so I'm going to add header image as height is 100%. I think it's now no change. Okay, why did I add these things? So I'm going to add some styles to the image of this. Okay, now it's changed. So I think that if I comment these things also, okay, so it's not needed. This is also not needed. And for the image, I put 100% for the width and 100% for the height. The position of the text is here. If I change this, you can see that the height is blocked. I change it to 100%, so it takes all the box of the header that we had. Okay, the next part is the main part. The main part is also going to be the column for the flex, and each row is a flex for the row. So I'm going to have main, and I have display flex direction column, and for each row also I have my display flex. Okay, and the div of the flex is this one. Is going to be that row div and flex 1, and I have these things, so add in here, so it's going to be in the center of the div, and I have my something extra style for the paragraph, and also the image is going to be for the image in the row, which I'm in this image. I also have flex 1, and object position is top, and I have object fit cover, and I have max width to be 50%. So right now we have these things done. Okay, another thing is our clients part. Clients also need to be needs to be flex, so display flex and clients, I think. Okay, now this is a flex, and each card needs to be flex in the column shape, align item to be center, and some padding. So I'm going to grab this style. And for the images should be in the cycle format, so it needs to be a circle, so I'm going to add this style to the image, and then I'm going to add some style of for the name, and for the name I have this bold. Okay, up to now we have the card set down, and Now we want to go to the images part, this part which is full of image. So for this part also we need to have display flex, so it's going to be in the row. And what else we have for the images? We need to have some width for the images. So in the images, the image is max width is 25%. So it's going to be something like this. And after that, is the last part is the footer part. So I'm going to add the footer, and the footer also needs to be in a flex row. So I'm going to the footer has some background color and some font size I'm going to add. And for the div and span I'm going to also add the styles. So by adding this, the elements and everything is now in the center part. Now we can see we implemented a website. Just for a wrap up, I put this element as an absolute position, and then in here I had my flex row for each row and the flex column for the whole one. And in here I have my flex row for the whole one and flex column for each of the cards. And in here I had my flex row, but each of the image is going to have maximum of 25% of the whole page, because there are 4 of them, so we have 4 times 25 is equal to 100%. Also in here I have my column flex and some row flex for the logos. Okay, thank you so much for your watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and like this video. Thank you, bye.